What's up, y'all? AJ Simmons here, back finally with a new video and a new episode for you guys on this YouTube channel. Okay, you probably hear this on the podcast as well. I asked a question here recently on my YouTube channel, and I asked, which video do you want to see first? I asked if you want to know how I got my second rental property using my business that was fairly new. I asked if you guys wanted to hear about how much money I make from YouTube. I asked if you wanted to hear more cleaning business videos, and then I also asked if you wanted to hear about easy ways to make money online. So, to my surprise, not really, I shouldn't be surprised, but to my surprise, everybody chose more cleaning business related videos for the most part that won it out. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about today, but I am going to get to those other topics as well at some point. And I've been going through the comments that you guys left on that post, and I'm going to start tackling some of those suggestions as well. So, today I'm going to start off with who is this? I'm gonna start off with Carlos Howard's suggestion, and he wanted to know what is the best way to make money by joining a cleaning franchise. He has a full-time job, and he's interested in supplementing his income with a cleaning franchise. All right, so he's asking the right person, right? Because as you can see on the screen here, if you're watching on the YouTube, I wrote a book on this stuff, right? So, Is It a Scam? The Truth About Commercial Cleaning Franchises by AJ Simmons, available on Amazon, right? So, and I wrote that book. I think I published that book in 2016, I believe. So, very dated book, but I go back and I check it here and there. And for the most part, as long as you're still interested in franchises and you want to be a franchise owner, everything in that book still applies, and it'll definitely help you if you do want to go the franchise route. Now, I'm gonna just tell you this before I go and answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question directly, Carlos. So just work with me here, all right? But I'm in the book now. If you're looking on YouTube, you can see this is the inside of the book, and I want to show you. Once you get to the first chapter, the very first statement that I put in this book way back when I published it in 2016 says, "The truth is, overall, starting a cleaning business from scratch is better than becoming a franchise owner." All right. That's how I started the book off. And then, but I also went on to say now, that doesn't mean you have to throw franchises away, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Of course, in 2016, I wasn't as educated or experienced in this stuff as I am now. So that's why now you hear me say, just leave the franchises alone altogether. However, and I can tell you why I say that as well, because you got to think. I started off with a cleaning franchise, okay, back in 2014 is when I bought my second cleaning franchise. I bought my first cleaning franchise back in 2000, and I believe it was either 8 or 7. But I know that I was 19. That's all I know. I don't feel like doing the math. But anyway, um, so anyway, when I got my second franchise, y'all know I won franchise owner of the year. Had a successful cleaning franchise. Then I automated it. I moved down to Florida while my franchise was running in Virginia. I took a job as an operations manager for Jam Pro in Jam Pro Jacksonville. Okay, so I had a cleaning franchise running as a unit franchise owner in Virginia, and then simultaneously I was also working as an operations manager in the Florida location. All right, now once I became the operations manager, I really got to see, a deeper look into how this stuff works. And I learned a ton more about the whole industry in general, really, not just about franchise, but about the cleaning industry in general. That's why a lot of the questions that you guys have about going independent, I know it, and I learned a lot of that stuff from being an operations manager, and then obviously from going independent a little bit myself on certain accounts. So I want to put that out there as a full disclaimer. First of all, for those that don't know, I know we get a lot of new people on this channel all the time. For those of you who have been here for a while, you heard this a million times. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to keep repeating this stuff. I had to realize that everybody don't know everything. They haven't been here. Okay, so once I figured out and learned the ins and outs from the other side of the spectrum, I do not recommend cleaning franchise. I want to make that as clear as day. However, if you're like Carlos and you do just want to supplement your income, you're not looking to build a business, okay? A franchise is okay only if you just want to supplement your income. So if you just want some extra income and you don't mind cleaning some toilets for that extra income, go for it, okay? But if you want to actually build a business with passive income and hire people, do not go with a franchise because you will not have enough money to hire people, okay? And if you don't have enough money to hire people and pay them correctly and feel like you're making a decent enough wage for yourself, then you're going to feel cheated. And if you feel cheated, you're going to do a poor job on your service. And if you do a poor job on your service, you're going to lose all your accounts. And if you lose all your accounts, guess what? You just lost all your money that you invested in that franchise, because they're going to take every account from you and you're making nothing, okay? You never make your ROI back, all right? All right. I said all of that. Now, here's what I say to Carlos. The way, because his question specifically was how to make money by joining a franchise. The way that you make money with a franchise is you got to clean yourself. That's just it, okay? You're not going to make anything if you hire somebody to clean for you, okay? Now, if you want to make passive money, like I said, then you go independent and you can hire people. Because the reason is the franchise takes so many fees from you, regardless of which one you pick. They take so many fees from you that the profit you were supposed to make out of paying employees and all your other overhead, they took it in their percentage, okay? So it's not enough to go around. Now, this problem could easily be fixed by the franchise if they simply just charge more than what the standard is. But unfortunately, franchises, most of them, in my experience, actually do the opposite. They charge less than what a typical independent company would charge, which is backwards. So there's not enough money to go around. You have a master franchise owner, and the master franchise owner is paying the corporate. Then they're also trying to pay you, and then you try to turn around and pay somebody else. It's not enough money going around out of that. These people only charging, $16, $17 an hour on their contracts. Well, if they're taking 30%, 40%, 50% out of your $17 an hour, what are you left with to pay somebody else? Nothing. Okay? So, but to answer his question again, if you want to make money with franchise, just work it yourself. I made 6 figures with a franchise. I worked my ass off, okay? I cleaned 23 buildings most of the time over a weekend span. I worked 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, all right? Sometimes 6 days a week, 6 to 7 days a week. But I basically worked non-stop. Every time it was time to go to a family function, I couldn't stay. Why? Because I had to go work. And, in the beginning, that was cool. But over time, I started realizing, if you have to be a slave to the business like that, it's not an actual business, all right? But, again, if you just want to supplement your income and you don't mind trading time for dollars, do that, okay? It definitely can be done. It's plenty of people out there making excellent money with a cleaning franchise, and they're working their ass off to get it. I was one of them, and I know other people who do it, all right? Simple as that. Now, another thing that you want to do in order to make money with a franchise is pay off all of your sales and marketing fees, okay? Because in addition to your regular ongoing fees, like your royalty fee, that's a non-stop fee that they have to take for you being a franchise owner. Then they're going to have something that's called a management fee or a support fee. What that does is that covers for them taking care of your accounts receivable, taking care of your invoices, stuff like that. Basically, all of the admin stuff that you never learn as a franchise owner that basically handicaps you and keeps you from going independent, like how to bid, how to sell, all of that type of stuff. That's what that admin fee covers, all right? Then, not the admin fee, but that support fee. Then you're going to have insurance fee, okay? The insurance fee is going to cover your liability, your bond, and your workman's comp, all right? Then you're going to have other fees that, may or may not apply, but you can get them if you want to, okay? But it's usually about 3 standard fees, and then you might have 4 or 5 or 6 other ones that you can opt into if you want them, all right? Now, like I was saying about the sales and marketing fees. Sales and marketing fees are when, let's just say you buy a package in the beginning and they provide you, let's just say they guarantee that you're going to make $1,000 per month in gross revenue. Okay, well, once they get you that $1,000 a month in business, they can offer you more business on top of that. But it will just be an additional fee. Now, you don't have to pay the fee up front. You can finance it, okay? So what they'll do is they'll take a percentage, not a percentage, they'll take a certain amount out of your check every month over a year span. Usually you'll finance it over a year. And then once it's paid off, then they won't take that part out of it, but they're still going to take those ongoing other 3 fees that I told you about. All right. So what you want to do is pay out those sales and marketing fees, because once you pay out those sales and marketing fees, that definitely helps tremendously, because the sales and marketing fees are going to be higher than those percentages will be. All right. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I recommend that if you're going to do a franchise, even though I don't recommend that you do a franchise, then just go get my ebook. It's only, I think, $9.99 or something on Amazon. I'm not really sure, but just go up there and get it. It's going to tell you, it's called Is It a Scam? The Truth About Commercial Cleaning Franchises. And I tell you basically It's not a scam, okay? Because if you look on the internet and you research and you look over rip-off report and all of these things, the reason why I say it's not a scam is because a scam is like a trick where they're tricking you into doing something. This is my opinion and my definition or interpretation of the word scam. So the reason why I say it's not a scam is because they're not tricking you. How they're not tricking you is because they put the daggone, they tell you the fees right there in the paperwork. Okay, all you have to do is read it. So they require by law to provide you all of the fine print 2 weeks ahead of time before you buy. Okay, so you got 2 weeks to read through that big thick package. Okay, so you read through that. They also give you a list of current franchise owners that they have that you can call and previous franchise owners that you can call. Okay, and I seen somebody recently, I forgot his name off the top of my head, but I want to shout him out because he actually went through the Jam Pros uh, information here in Virginia Beach, the one I was with, and he found my number from there and he actually gave me a call, so, and asked my opinion on it. So I can tell he was listening to me. Oh, he read my book or something. All right, so do those things, read through the fine print, and then make sure you can do the math and calculate what your check is supposed to be. A lot of people get in and they feel like they got scammed because they didn't read the fine print. Make sure you read the fine print. I read the fine print before I got in, know exactly what I was doing. I knew, and like with a friend, this is what I told my group because I got people in CBN, Clean Business Network, who are with franchises, right? Have a minimum. When I was with a franchise, my minimum was always 10%. I needed to see 10% profit at all times, at least a minimum of 10%. So that's after sales and marketing fees, that's after franchise fees, ongoing franchise fees, after paying my overhead for employees and everything else. I need to at least see 10% from each account. Now, if you're independent, now I say your absolute minimum might be 20%. Okay, but you can see a lot higher than that. Some people see 50% profit when they're independent. Okay, it just depends. I've seen people even do 60%. All right, so but have a minimum if you're going to go with a franchise. All right. Now, if you're going to clean all of the buildings yourself, you don't have to worry about making that low of a profit because you're cleaning it all, right? Most of your overhead is going to employees. Okay. So this is the only reason why I ever recommended franchises in the beginning before I started Clean Business Network way back in 2014, 2015, 2016 when I was doing videos back then. This is the only reason why I even mentioned franchise to you guys is because my sole reason for making videos in the first place on YouTube was always, how can I help you get out of your job? Why? Because that was always my goal. I just hated jobs. I didn't want to have a job. I didn't want to get up and go to work. It just felt wrong, right? I hated getting up early with that alarm clock. I want to wake up naturally, right? So a franchise can do that for you. Okay, you can not have to wake up every morning. Now you probably gonna have to leave out later on that evening because most of the cleaning typically takes place in the evening. But at least you got your mornings, you can wake up, you can put your kids on the bus, you got all of that, right? And then you go clean out at night, and then you're good, right? And then it's like you don't really have a boss because you go in there and most of the people go on, you clean after hours, there's nobody in the building, so you can wear your little headphones and get to cleaning and you live, happily ever after, right? And for the most part, as long as you do a good job cleaning, you don't really have to worry about anybody saying anything to you, right? But again, that's not how you build a business, okay? I'm just answering this question that was asked to me, okay? I'm not recommending that you do that. That's not how you build a business. A business should be able to run with or without you cleaning and performing the physical work, okay? So if you want to hear me speak more on how to build a business and the proper way to build a business, watch my video, How to Get Rich Cleaning Office Buildings, all right? But if you just want to make some extra money, and you want to buy a franchise, go for it. I recommend it if you do buy a franchise, get my ebook or join us in Clean Business Network. That way I can at least guide you through how to, navigate through the fees as best as possible. But if not, hell, you don't need me. Read that fine print they give you. Read it as thoroughly as you can and do your math, okay? Make sure that you understand that you're not going to get paid for like 60 days out, all right? If you start an account this month, on the 1st of this month, what month are we in now? January? Okay, so if you start cleaning on January 1st, you won't receive the payment for the whole month of January until the last day of February. Okay, so make sure that you're prepared for that. You got to go a whole 2 months of cleaning, working before you finally get a check. Okay, in most franchises, there are some franchises out there. I think Jani-King is one of them where they pay a little bit more frequently. But typically, it's once a month payment, and it's always a full month after the previous month. Okay. So just be prepared for things like that, all right? Make sure you prepare for prorated checks. If you don't start on the 1st and you start in the middle of the month, Well, now you got to go a whole month and a half before you get it, and then you only getting a prorated check instead of the full check. Make sure you prepare for that. Make sure you prepare for all the fees that come out. Make sure that if you know that if you do a special service, it's going to be those ongoing regular fees of like 23% or whatever it is where you are, 25%, 15%, 19%. It all depends on where you are. Plus an additional 10% or whatever the case may be for special services. All right, they might call that an admin fee. All right, so just know your numbers, okay? Know what you're doing, calculate it, and that's pretty much it. That's what I got for y'all, man. So hopefully this answers Carlos's question. I'm gonna be doing more videos, and I'm just trying to get my stuff set up. Y'all know I just moved to a whole nother state. I'm back in VA, so still getting situated. But I said let me go ahead and hop up here and give y'all one video. I'm gonna start working towards getting these videos out that I promise you guys. I'm gonna start speaking this year. I'm gonna go back a little bit more to my Everybody Eats strategy from back in the day, where I speak a little bit more on other topics such as how to make money online, a little bit more on real estate, a little bit more about multiple sources of income. But I'm always going to keep it, cleaning business related, and that's going to be the center of this channel, like it always has been. And you already know what I say too. Regardless of multiple sources of income, regardless of what else I teach you, make sure you remember, focus on that one thing first. Okay, because I always had, I ain't gonna say I always have, but I have. Y'all know I did my video. I got 2 videos out there where I talk about how I got 7 streams of income, and the other video talk about how I got 8 streams of income. And I think in both of those videos, I made sure that I specifically stress, focus on one thing first. One thing, okay? Focus. Do not do all 7 of these things or 3 things or 2 things at once. One thing first. Then you build off of that after you get that stabilized, okay? But I'll speak about that in another video. Thank y'all for listening. If you're ready to get your cleaning business started and you don't want to go with a cleaning franchise because you don't want to deal with all those fees and the regulations and them having the ability to snatch your business at any given time if you don't abide by their rules and laws, check out cleanbusinessnetwork.com. Great alternative. We have our own starter kits that, in my opinion, are completely better because you actually own your contracts, unlike you do when you're with a cleaning franchise, okay? But to each his own. Either way you go, congrats on taking action. I will talk to y'all soon. AJ Simmons, thank y'all.